We were kind of focused on really some what's and some small pockets rather than really looking at it through a lens of systems change. We came out of the pandemic trying to focus on a systems change and really thinking of it in terms of learner-centered practices. It's really become clear to us now that calling it a thing is really hard sometimes for people to embrace, but you can't argue when you say, we want to have learner-centered practices for adults, we want to have learner-centered practices for our students. And so people can't really argue or push back with that because, I mean, you're trying to do what's best for everyone that you serve. My team of the 8 that was mentioned that I supervise have worked together to draft a personalized learning framework for our district. And in doing that, the big things that we kind of looked at is what are the district conditions that we want to exist for personalized learning for students? Like, how do we work at agency for all, not just our students, but agency for adults, for our administrators, for our teachers when we're doing professional development for them? How do we do that? We've also looking at the framework because the framework is some new work for us in terms of conditions. We've also looked at relationships and how do we build those relationships for students and with students to students, students to adults, adults to adults. How do we look at empowering all learners to advocate for themselves and have that agency? And then how do we just look at growth and how do you move to the next level as an individual? And, as a teacher, how do you grow professionally as a teacher? How do you grow as a student in your learning? So one of the things that we have done for a couple of summers is we've had a personalized learning summer conference. It's been a 2-day conference that we've worked on having teachers learn together. So if you were new, you could still kind of work with the team that you were going to be with during the school year and learn from them over a couple days in the summer. So that's one of the ways that we have done that. But probably the other way is we have a person on our team who is the director of educator effectiveness, and that person works with every new teacher to the district, whether they are a veteran or whether they are truly considered a novice teacher. And so a lot of the practices and things that have gone on that teachers have learned all along in that person's work, they have time in the summer when new employees are hired to talk about personalized learning and those learner-centered practices that we want teachers to buy into and to use in their classrooms. They talk with them in the summer to kind of give them a little bit of an intro to it. But then our director of teacher effectiveness has monthly meetings with all of our induction teachers. And during those meetings, they talk about those learner-centered practices and how to put them into play within their classroom. So it gives them a little more opportunity to have some time to dig into them, considering that they're new to our district or maybe are new to teaching.